Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Direct? It's not DC Multiverse, but it's a reissue, so I don't know what's going on here. This company is like they're trying to be as goofy as they possibly can. It says DC Direct McFarlane Toys, no multiverse, separate line of figures completely from the regular line of figures, as you can tell by the packaging. Also, it's digital, apparently. It's McFarlane Toys digital. This doesn't exist. It's not there. It is there. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't think they do either. This is insanity to me. But we're going to get into all of it. Yeah, this figure is so frustrating. Okay, we'll just get into it. So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. Alrighty, so before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package real quick. It's a new packaging. It's not the DC Multiverse line. Entirely separate line, apparently, other than the fact that they already released this figure before in different colors and with a few different parts. I have no idea what's happening with this company. It's just nuts. Do you guys like the look of this package? This is Batman. There's the classic Batman logo. Has nothing to do with this Batman here. Not really. I mean, Batman Rebirth. Look, it's just like, what are they doing? That's not, it makes no sense. And then there's some really nice artwork of the Rebirth Batman. Look how much it matches the figure. What the? This figure is making me want to swear and laugh so much. All right, so there's the packaging. High quality, but goofy as hell. Okay, let's move on to the figure. All right, this guy stands in this kind of stance because it's impossible to keep his legs straight and get him to stand at the same time. Let's just call it 8.5 centimeters if his ears weren't bent. That's going to make him about 7¼ inches. Here he is up against Marvel Legends Darwin, definitely out of scale. That makes sense. Here he is up against a Marvel Select Captain America. That scale makes more sense, although Captain America is dwarfing Batman. I think they're both about the same height, canonically speaking. Okay, question of the day. Is all of this digital nonsense from McFarlane Toys as much nonsense to you as it is to me? Because to me, it's utterly ridiculous. This is not a digital product. It's right here. It's not digital. It comes with digital garbage that no one cares about as far as I can tell, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. What is this company doing? What is it? Oh man, it's crazy. Okay, so this is basically a reissue of the previous DC Rebirth Batman with a few new parts. The notable part change is the head. The first one they released actually was one of the best heads that they had done for Batman at the time. I don't think this is a good one. His lips stick out almost as far as his cowl's nose, and his ears are so squished from the packaging because they made no attempt. The packaging is round and tight to his head. It doesn't allow for the ears to be pointy. So they totally screwed up the ears in the package. They're all gonna be like that. It's not just mine. Paintwork's clean enough, but the head sculpt is a little weird. The body is still super weird. This part of the body is okay enough if you look at it by itself, that's fine. But then when you add these giant monstrous thunder thighs and legs, he looks so ridiculously disproportionate because he is. It's just as bad as the first time. The blue's the wrong blue entirely. There's no shading, there's no paint anywhere except for where it's absolutely necessary. The cape is a good cape. Otherwise, it's bad. This figure's bad. He's got all kinds of wrinkles in some spots on his body and then none in others. Panel lining and wrinkles, nothing. Completely bland, bald. What the heck is this company doing? Look how tiny his biceps are. He's got no muscle. Whatever. Okay, aesthetically speaking, 3 out of 10. Looks really, really bad. Now, as far as accessories go, you saw the cowled head. We have the uncowled head. It looks like a different person. Then, like you can see half of Batman's face with the cowl on, right? Like, you can still see his face. Shouldn't the mouth and jaw and stuff be the same? The same dude. They're entirely different sculpts. Really, really poor performance. It's passable. It's fine. It looks decent on him, but it's just weird. They put no effort in. For hands, you get one fist hand and one open hand on him in the package. Then you get one trigger finger hand and another fist hand. And then you get a solid gold batarang. Maybe that's canonically accurate, I don't know. And you get a solid gold grapnel gun. The entire thing is just solid gold. The hook and everything, it's all one piece. That looks like garbage, okay? Now get this. They've updated the garbage display stands to not even say the character's name or anything good. It says McFarlane Toys Digital. Why? Why would that go on your shelf with a plastic figure? Because it came with a digital thing? Why would the stand, the physical plastic stand for the physical plastic figure say digital on it? This is the most insane thing, unless I'm missing something. And if I am, if I have a blind spot, let me know. But to me, this whole thing is absurd. But the fact that they are now branding plastic things as digital things is insane. With this digital or plastic Batman, you get a digital Batman. Look at that. You can see the code through the silver. Well, I wasn't going to do anything with it anyway. But you get this little card, and I'm pretty sure it's just another version of this, only it's digital and like low quality as far as I can tell too. If you can make out those numbers, you're welcome to it. Numbers and letters. So you get that, and then you also get the trading card, which is just like before, where it shows you the artwork on the box that doesn't even come close to matching. Like, they didn't even try to match the head sculpt. It's an entirely different style. The colors are entirely different. The anatomy is entirely different. Oh man, McFarlane Toys Digital. Another piece of digital paper. Insanity. 6 out of 10 for accessories. And then the articulation is going to be basically the same as before, but I'll run it anyway. Double ball peg neck. He looks up okay. He looks down all right. Their necks are pretty solid most of the time. So yeah, double ball pegs are good. Shoulder joint, super tiny shoulder and bicep, especially in comparison to the legs. We already talked about that. Doesn't move around really at all. So you get that extra cap for that extra play in there, but no real range. Shoulder works well enough, not counting where the cape is blocking it. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow works well. It's got good range, but it's a really, really hideous joint. So there's that. And then wrists are on ball hinges. That's all fine. Diaphragm joint on this guy. Can he lean back? He leans back pretty well. Double ball peg up here, single down here. Little gappy and weird. You can just not use it all the way, and that's fine. So good range there going forward. Virtually zero. Really, really lame. Side to side is decent. Rotation's fine. Hips. You can really flex that diaper and hope it doesn't leave a permanent mark because they don't cut enough away, but he can kick up mostly horizontally. Does kick out to the side a little bit, but it's not terrible. Going back, you get a little bit of range, that's okay. Going out to the side, full on splits, that's really not a problem at all. That's all right. Thigh swivel, there's some, not much. Double jointed knees, no problem. They're not as bad as the elbows at all, but his legs are just so huge, freakishly huge, compared to his upper body. Ankles are still really heavily ratcheted. It's very, very hard to get him to stand. Tiny little feet for the size of his legs. Good range for the ankle rocker, but the ratcheting is a problem. Toe joint, it's stiff enough that you could actually use it, and it's actually one of their better toe joints, so I don't really have too much of a problem with that. I don't like that the treads have a big gap in them that way. You don't need that extra little notch cut out. That's not necessary, and they did it anyway. So, articulation on this guy is going to get a 6 out of 10. It's perfectly there. It exists. It's an action figure officially. Are you going to have any fun posing it? Probably not, but it is there. So now it's time for a final rating after we do the cake rating. And his cake is just like the articulation. It's there. You're not going to be impressed by it. You're not going to really want to mess around with it, but it's there. I'll give his cake a 3 out of 10. All right, final verdict on this release. What the heck? If you're gonna make a good Batman figure, this isn't it. Do you like Batman or not? Like, they make 90% of the figures Batman, and then none of them are any good. There's like 3 good Batman figures that they've released so far. If you count live action, maybe 4 or 5, but out of like 100. This is not it. This is a reissue of a bad figure with a new head that's actually not good. It could be good, it's close to good, but it's not there. It's not what it's supposed to be. None of it is accurate. I don't mind the Batman head sculpt if the ears weren't jacked up, but it's not the right one. Also, it's digital, so really weird. All right, final verdict on this release, 3 out of 10. McFarlane Toys is doing their best to make the weirdest possible decisions ever. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. But that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. Once I get back to my normal schedule, I'll be having videos up every day but Wednesday. And I do have thousands of videos already on my channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.